I spent too much time planning instead of taking action. I failed to set boundaries. I regret not going for some positions because I didn't think I was qualified. I regret not owning my experience and not charging for it. I regret not sticking with my plan and the route that I set forward for myself 2 years ago. I regret tolerating mistreatment from clients for too long. I regret spending too much time on client work, not prioritizing my time with my children, letting clients dictate things to me, not getting systems in place sooner, not setting strict boundaries, underselling myself, not being firm in my boundaries. So this is why I invited you here to the podcast to talk about regret, letting go of our stress inside our businesses so we can be tip-top marketing service providers for our clients. Should we start with some of these regrets?
Really, regret comes down to 4 things. The first one is foundation regrets. So those are the ones where maybe it's failure to be responsible. If only I'd set my life up differently when I was younger. So like a really big one is, why did I spend so much time in this job that made me miserable, affected my health mentally, physically? Why didn't I set myself up for success with boundaries in the beginning, right? So those are your foundation regrets. And they usually start with if only. And then there's the boldness regrets. Our boldness regrets are regretting the chances that you didn't take. If only I'd taken that chance. If only I'd accepted that job, but I was scared of it. Maybe I'd be making more money now. Or if only I...
Would this be a freelancer who doesn't put their name in the hat for like a dream client job and just lets it pass by? Would it be not asking for more money or doing the salary negotiation?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, those are those boldness regrets. Then the last two are, the first one is your moral regrets. And that's basically regretting the time you had the chance to take the high road and you took the low road. These ones usually start with, if only I'd done the right thing. The last one is the connection regrets. You neglect the people who matter to you and who help you establish your sense of wholeness. This is the largest category. Only I'd reached out. If only I'd spent more time with my kids, right? Those are those connection regrets. And the thing that I want to say about regrets, so here's that little knowledge of knowledge. You can categorize them now and you can say, okay, and then you can ask yourself how you feel about them. And then you can say to yourself, well, this is a priority, this isn't a priority for me. And then it leads into guilt and shame. And there's a difference between guilt and shame. Shame is, I am a bad thing, bad person. So the difference between shame and guilt is, I did a bad thing. You can learn from that. Say, oh, I did a bad thing. Oh, I didn't respond to that client in 24 hours. It took me 48 hours. And then you're like, oh, I feel guilty. I didn't respond to that client's email. Like, it can be something as simple as that, but we learn from it. But shame, you can't learn anything from telling yourself that you're a bad person. We don't learn anything from it.
What about that client who seems to have no guilt, kind of has that no regrets attitude, but like doesn't see their part in it and will not ever get it?
I have 2 favorite questions to ask. How do you think that makes me feel? So how do you think your behavior makes your client feel? And then my secondary question would be, what is this really about?
So true.
What is this really about? What is this really about for you? And then you can go, oh, wait, I'm totally like, this client makes me feel like this because they remind me of my mom and I have to remind myself that they're not my mom or whatever it is, right? So the first one is, how do you think that makes me feel, or how do you think that makes that other person feel? And then if that opens the door enough, what's it really about? Let's move through it. This is another strategy, the 90-second rule. When you freeze or when you feel heavier emotion, like maybe anger, or you're going to react to something, like you're more reactive, if you wait 90 seconds, your brain actually filters out those heavy emotional chemicals in 90 seconds.
Okay, one of the things we wanted to talk about too is managing the stress level. Where do we start with all of that? Because I know if we're going to show up stressed, our clients will pick up on it.
Understanding the difference between respect and like, and often we want our clients or our clients want us, vice versa, either way, to like them as a person. And there's a difference between respecting someone and the work they do and liking them as a person. You can have both, but you don't need to have both to do a good job. Being aware of your own energy as well when you're dealing with those clients. So this is so simple. I just want you to put your hand on your heart and take a breath. So that's another strategy. I think the most important thing is there's really simple things that you can do that take 30 seconds, and we can find 30 seconds to bring ourselves back into ourselves so that we can manage the energy around us.
Wow.
So you don't have to go for a 5-minute walk outside. You can walk up and down your hallway for 30 seconds. It's the walking part that matters. It's not about how long, it's about walking forward.
What's our sign that we need to get up away from our desk and go do this? Like, what is it typically manifest? Like, what should I be looking for so I can call myself out on that?
This is a big one, right? We take on too much work. This is kind of the people pleasing cycle. We take on too much work. We say, yes, we'll do this. And then we start to resent the person that we're doing the work for, but we agreed to do that work for them. And then you start to resent yourself because you're like, oh, I should have charged more money for this to do this amount of work. What can I learn from this, right? But when you're starting to feel those kind of twinges of like resenting, anger, stress, other things that I would look for is right now, just close your eyes, listeners out there. Is your tongue stuck to the roof of your mouth?
No.
When your tongue sticks to your roof of the mouth, that's a big one. Unstick your tongue from the roof of the mouth. That means you're starting to stress out.
Oh, well, I'm glad mine's not. Oh,
when your tongue sticks to the roof of your mouth, that's when you're starting to clench your jaw. A lot of people, like throughout the day, is my tongue stuck to the roof of my mouth? Okay, time to take a break, right? So often we check our shoulders. We also shrug our shoulders up, but the tongue stuck to the roof of your mouth is actually a really big sign. You're like, oh yeah, it is stuck to the roof of my mouth, right? Is my tongue stuck to the roof of my mouth? Look for those physical things too. Am I get jittery? Am I shaking my leg up and down? Am I fidgety? Is my mind starting to wander? How am I talking to myself right now? Right? Just checking in with body and with emotions. But again, really simple ways. It doesn't have to be a huge deep dive into why am I feeling this way, or it's just check in with those. It's time to take a break.
I think also there's this like brain focus thing that will happen to me when suddenly I can't focus anymore on my client work, and then I'm not really like doing well, or I'm forgetting what I'm even working on. Like there's a brain fog that's starting to happen with me more, that I think should be a sign that I need to get up and walk away.
Yeah. So know what your personal signs are, signs, symptoms, whatever you want to call it. And again, this is just all information. The more information you know about how you work, how your brain works, how your body works, that knowledge of yourself will easily and naturally start to give you some more tools as well, because our subconscious brain is amazing. If we let it, it will tell us what we need. We just have to let it. Here's another thing I want to say about that overwork thing, because again, I was like 40 to 60 hours a week before my overwhelm too. The goal in life for me is to have a job that I don't need a vacation from, but then I can take a vacation from. And I say that because you may have clients too, as service providers, you might have clients that are working these 60, 70-hour weeks as well, right? And like you just keep pushing yourself and pushing yourself so you can get to that 1-week vacation, because you think that 1-week vacation or 2-week vacation is going to heal everything. The reality is that 1 week or that 2-week vacation doesn't heal your stress. It gives you a break, and then you come back. Yes, taking that break is so important. Take your vacations. It's so important. But that break isn't the healing. That break is time for you to reflect on yourself, to think about the changes that you need to make in your day-to-day life so that you can heal or that you can manage. But we, as a society, have gotten into this working 50, 60, 70-hour work weeks. We do the 1 or 2 week vacation, and then we just come back into the same habits. And so the vacation isn't the cure, but we think, oh, if I just keep working, I just need to get to next month when I take that vacation. That's not going to heal you, right? It's the break, but then you need to find tools and strategies to manage it in the everyday life. Because again, let's talk about regrets. You cannot continue to live in that, I call it this, like your brain is just like, right?
Yeah. Oh my God, I know that well.
You can't like literally stop you hear inside your head, right? And that's really my goal in life, is to help women have these really simple strategies to start to manage that so that life feels more easeful. I really, really believe in living by example, because so many of us that own businesses that are like, I'm teaching people how to organize things, but I'm not actually organized or whatever. Please try your best to lead by example. You will, by osmosis, by the energy you're giving out, by just doing it, you will attract the clients you want. You will attract more business. You will seem more authentic because you are authentic, right? You will attract the better business that you want for yourself too.
And you have a great workbook for us, a 21-day workbook to help us let go of the frustration and the stress. Tell us about that and what is inside.
The first part of it is actually me fully telling my overwhelm story. So if you are really curious about the nitty gritty of it, I'm really honest about how I feel, what I was thinking inside my own head. And then the second part is actually 21 days of worksheets. And each one is anywhere from 30 seconds to 5 minutes a day of either a strategy, like what I told you today with the hand on the heart, or just to fill in the blank. And it's designed to guide you in those 21 days to start to learn how to let go and start to become more aware of your priorities, your boundaries, what your stressors are, and those sorts of things. And it's really been designed using brain science, neuroscience, reprogramming, all of these sorts of things. And it's downloadable. All you do is you download it. Now, I get this question a lot. Why can't I write right on it? It's a PDF. Because I want you to print it out and write on it pen to paper, because science shows that when we actually write pen to paper, our brain processes better. So I really hope you enjoy it. I hope you use it, and I hope that it gives you some aha moments and really gives you some great strategies, because it's packed full of simple strategies.
Print it out. Do it for all of you who come and tell me about client situations, the imposter syndrome that we talked about, standing up for yourself with the boundaries. It really begins here with letting go and this like deep personal understanding. And I think we'll all grow from this, no matter what's happening in our personal and professional life.